Hi, my name's Demi and welcome to a brand new reading vlog, which I honestly am surprised I'm starting because I am not really in the reading mood right now, but I am in the annotating a book mood, which, you can't really annotate a book without actually reading the book, so kind of contradicting, but we're giving it a go. The book I am reading right now is Foul is Fair by Hannah Capin. I have just started it last night actually. I'm only on page 17. So not into it really at all, but I decided last night that I was going to annotate a book for the first time, and it's so weird. Like, I am that type of person where if I crack the spine of my book, I'll cry. If I write in my book, or if anything, even if a page is like slightly out of place, I'll cry. So the fact that I am like writing in the book right now, and then whenever you have to like bend that page down just to like line it out right, it's awful, but I love it at the same time. I don't know how I feel about it right now. It's very mixed feelings, but it's so like pleasing to look at. So I was able to use my many book tabs that I bought off of Amazon, and I just picked the colors which went with the book. There was no yellow though, so that was a bit awkward because the book is literally just pink and yellow, and without yellow it didn't really match. But I tried my best and came up with this. And I actually, you know what, it isn't actually that bad. Like, it's good. I am happy with it going by the fact that I had no yellow. I am just writing it using my black pen next to it while I outline what I've annotated. And that's really it. I do have to use one of these just to roll it out because the bookmark I like have my sticky tabs on wouldn't exactly work as a ruler, so we're doing that. But I'm actually really enjoying it. Saying it's the first time I've ever annotated a book, it is weird. I'm not used to it yet, but I understand why people like it and I am enjoying it so far. For today, I'm actually confident in for once. Like, yes. So now that I have showed you all the outfit for today, as it's amazing, I have a bit of a book haul for you all. It is only 5 books, but still, I want to talk about it. I need to talk about it. I went book shopping at 2 different Waterstones recently, and that is the outcome. Obviously, you can't go to Waterstones and not buy a book. So the first one in my list is Good Omens, which is a series by Neil Gaiman and somebody else, like Terry. I'm not good with names of authors, as you can tell, but this one, my friend is absolutely obsessed with the series. I've watched 2 episodes, and obviously I'm more of a book person than a series person, so I want to give it a go. Plus, it's really cool. The whole concept, how much my friends obsessed with it, which we normally have similar tastes, I'm going to give it a go. Plus, this edition is actually really nice compared to the other editions, so had to buy that one. The next is The Map from Here to There by Emery Lord. I have bought a few of her books whenever I first started reading, which were When We Collided and The Names They Gave Us, and I read her books at the very start and I do love them. I did really enjoy them, but I haven't read one of her books in a while, which I think I wasn't too sure of to buy it then because of how long it's been since I read one of her books. But at the time, I loved her writing, so I didn't want to not buy it just because it's been too long since I read one of her books. This one I am going to give a go and see if I'm still interested in her writing. But this book is pretty much just about the main character going through the anxiety of leaving secondary school and going into the big world essentially. Obviously we have experienced it or will experience it at some point, so I am interested to see how this goes, and plus the cover for this one is actually quite cute as well. So that is 2. The third one is The Butterfly Assassin by Finn Longman. This book, I actually walked in on the offer signing it, and they only signed this copy and then left it, and I picked it up because obviously if you see a signed book you're like, oh my god, the excitement goes up a bit. So I read the back of it, found out that it is about Isabel, a girl who is an assassin by night but appears innocent during the day, and it's a YA novel, and it sounds really fun and interesting, which I had to buy. And plus, once again, the cover is really nice, so I love that. The last 2 books I got are part of a series. It is Twisted Love series. I think there's 4 out so far. I don't know if there's any more coming out, but I only have 2. I actually got Twisted Love gifted to me by a friend, as I've started a Bookstagram account recently, and I've been talking to somebody called Cal, and we pretty much have made friends over the fact that we enter so many giveaways together. And after I had my wish list up on my page for Amazon, Cal decided to gift me one of my books, which honestly, thank you so much. I will link your Instagram account down below for anybody who does want to follow you. And then, because Cal got me this book for the first one, I decided that whenever I was at my local Waterstones, I would buy the second one, which is Twisted Games. Now, these books are by Anna Huang, which I haven't got around to saying yet, but I cannot wait. I actually don't know much about these 2 books, which is weird saying about how I'm so excited to getting around to reading them. But sometimes, you know, you're better to go in and know nothing. But I have high hopes. I have really high hopes for these 2. So those were the 5 books that I got in 2 different Waterstones while I was busy spending too much money for books I probably won't read for a very long time. But, you know, that's the life of reading. Going by Foil is Fair, the book I'm currently reading, no, I have not made that much progress. I think I'm on page 50 now. So still not that much, but I did have the problem of running out of the ink from the pen I was annotating with, so I had to stop, wait until I got a new pen. But now that I have that sorted out, I hopefully will be reading more once I feel less tired, because right now I feel exhausted. I am now back, but in the car this time because my mom is walking the dogs and I decided to come with her but not walk because I have type 1 diabetes and my blood sugars are so bad that if I went for a walk I'd probably die. So that's what's happening. I got my hair dyed blue, which is pretty fun, but my beanies are comfort items, so I'm wearing the beanie even if it's too warm to wear the beanie. But I did go see Syke the musical recently. I loved it. I nearly cried. It was just amazing. It was one of the best experiences I've had in a while. Of course, my dad took to see me. He bought the tickets, which was really nice, and honestly it was just a really good night. It was amazing. Like, if I ever get a chance to see them again, I will definitely be taking that opportunity. But so far, I need to start getting back into reading because this is a reading channel and I haven't read in maybe 4 days. So I am still reading Foil is Fair by Hannah Capin. I am now at page 196, which is actually quite a good way through, to be honest. And currently right now, the whole book is her getting revenge on the 4 men who were part of her rape, and currently right now she has been able to kill 2 out of the 4, but she's also manipulating one other guy who is known to hang around with the men who raped her, and she's pretty much manipulating him into helping her with the murders. But at the same time, I do feel like she's falling for him. Like, she doesn't want to admit it that she's falling for him, because she knows she's using him to help kill the man who raped her. But at the same time, you can feel the tension between the 2 characters, and you can feel that the fact that they could get together, but she's too scared because she knows her plan for him is to manipulate him into killing the men who raped her. So right now it's complicated, but it's really fun. I'm really enjoying it. I'm curious to see how she kills the other 2. It sounds quite morbid, but it's not really. I don't know how else to explain it other than that, but I'm looking forward to finding out how she kills the other 2, and really just how the author is going to bring all this book together. But my reading goal for today is to just start and pick the book up again, as I haven't done that in a while. So here we go, and let's get started. We are now on the second walk of today, and we are now page 208. Not much progress, but yeah. And my mom's nearly lost a dog by forgetting to put the lead on them, but eventful. Still gonna try and get a bit of reading done now that I know I'm not gonna lose 2 of my dogs. There we go. Do you ever see all those like satisfying videos where someone's talking about the book they just read, and like the room's really nice, the setup, and like there's nice lights in the room, and it just looks so aesthetically pleasing to watch them talk about the book they're reading? Well, you're not gonna get that here. I'm in my bed with my cat, who is very sleepy, and I don't have an aesthetically pleasing room at all. But I was correct earlier about the low blood sugar thing happening if I went for a walk, because I walked this one and I had a low. So I'm glad I didn't walk earlier and I spent my time reading instead. But now that it's bedtime, I thought that I'd get a little bit more reading time in, because I didn't get to read much when my mom was walking the dogs, because my reading speed is quite slow at the moment, so I need more time. And with my mom getting in and out and walking the dogs, I'm not as quick, and I didn't get as much reading time as I normally do. So I'm just gonna read for a bit until I get maybe too tired or too distracted. But I'm probably gonna put maybe some nice background or somebody doing reading sprints on my computer while I'm at it. Hopefully encourage and motivate me to read more, because like I'm in the reading mood, but at the same time I am quite tired. But my goal is to read a good bit tonight, because I haven't read in so long. Plus it's interesting. I'm enjoying the book. I just need to feel more motivated. Plus I'm gonna be starting back at college or tech, either way you can call it, whatever. But I'll be starting back soon, and I won't have much reading time, but at the same time, maybe having a routine might help me start reading more. It really just depends, but I do want to get more reading done before I go back, because then I'll be too busy focusing on my coursework. So me and Skye here are going to spend some time, and I'm going to try and read. I'm hoping she won't try and eat my book. She does seem to be quite settled now, but she can go from being absolutely knackered to eating everything in sight. So I'm hoping that this doesn't last long and she doesn't try and eat my book, because there has been a few times where she has nearly tore the page out of my book, and if that happened, I'm pretty sure I'd have a meltdown, because I'm very protective of my books. Yeah, time to read, and I will update you. I will update you if I have read much more in the morning. now have 24 pages left to go. I was gonna read it last night and I even brought the book downstairs with me, but I never got around to it. I kind of just forgot that I brought it downstairs in the first place. But it shouldn't take me long now that I'll be able to finish the book. And a plot twist that I wasn't expecting happened the last time I was reading, where you find out that somebody she trusted was actually played a very big part in her rape. And obviously that was very distressing, but at the same time the way this book is written just played it off very strangely. It's very hard to explain, but her reaction to some things that are happening in her life wouldn't be as in a normal reaction as to what's happening to her, and it's very strange, but it adds a lot of character to the book. So right now I'm just gonna try and read the last 24 pages and hope that the ending is as good as the rest of the book, because as now I am still going to go for this being a 5-star, which I hope it stays that way, because there's some books that they're 5-star and then the ending just ruins it. So it's the next day and I finished it. I was going to talk about it yesterday, but the only way I could explain it was that it was strange, and I couldn't really explain it any other way, and that wasn't really good enough. So I waited till the next day, and now I am finally ready to talk about it, now that my thoughts aren't as mixed and I'm not as confused about it. I know what way to word what I want to say this time, instead of just calling it strange and leaving it like that. This book is about Jade Conjara, who goes to a party on her sweet 16th with her friends Summer, Jenny and Mads, and she is later sexually assaulted and raped at that party after being drugged. And this story is really about Jade and her 4 friends seek revenge on the men who were part of her rape and her sexual assault, as well as just bringing pure chaos into their lives as a way of revenge. It's really amazing how she doesn't even have to really lift a finger or do anything to really cause all the disturbance and the chaos that she really does give and bring to the school once she moves in. But the friendship group is probably one of my favorite parts of the book, as the friendship group, they will all literally kill for one another, and they're just so protective and caring, and they would go to major lengths just to protect and care for each other, and it's just, that's the best friendship really you can get. A big part of Jade though is that she doesn't see herself as a victim or survivor. She really just sees herself as more of an avenger more than anything else. She doesn't see herself to be a victim towards rape or a survivor of what happened to her. Her goal is to avenge what happened to her and all the other girls that were hurt before her, and that really just shows how strong of a character and a person she really is throughout this whole book. The book does also acknowledge though how messed up our society system can be towards women, and how women's bodies and what we do and how we act are very sexualized most of the time. They don't let how they are sexualized and how they are seen to really stop them from being who they are. They still do what they want to do, they still dress the way they want to do, and they even use how they are viewed against some of the people they were getting revenge on. And it just really shows not even Jade's power, but the power of the 4 women in this book, and just how strong they all are together. They're all there for each other. Overall though, this book is definitely definitely very different than other books that would have this sort of getting revenge type of story, as most stories where the woman is trying to get revenge on somebody who's hurt her or sexually assaulted her, it normally just ends up where she has not completed her task of getting revenge, but she ends up just normally falling in love with somebody else, and that really is what heals her. And that's what you see like over and over and over again in those types of books. So seeing something different where the main character ends up completing her revenge story and feeling a lot more free within herself was so much better and empowering to read, instead of what you would normally find out there in the other books. But a warning for those who do want to read it, it is a lot of heavy topics, and the style of writing that Hannah Capin has really brought into this story is not for everyone. I know a lot of people who probably would not be into the style of this book really is, but it can be amazing to those who are into her style of writing. So if you aren't going to be very triggered by the topics that happen in this book, such as sexual assault and rape, I would recommend giving it a go anyway and finding how you like it. And because if you do like it, it is a very, very good book to read and love. So that is the end of my reading vlog for Files Fair by Hannah Capin. I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry for the delay of this video being made. It did take a while motivation wise for me to really pick up a book again, but now that I'm back into reading, hopefully everything will go back to normal. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed my content, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.